again, it's Beth again. So this is the fun part that I get to do because I'm a total numbers dork. So I get to get on here and actually, with my background being in finance, I like to get on and kind of share a little bit about the numbers, because I get that a lot of people can be really emotionally tied to this business, and that part is great. But there's also people who want cold, hard facts. And that's something that I'm always like, yeah, I totally get that. And I want to see on paper what this business model looks like. So I'm going to share with you that stuff so that you can always play this video back for your husband if he's skeptical, and you know that you have somebody that you can come and ask about this stuff in terms of the numbers. So it's a resource for you. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about RNF specifically and the skincare industry, the skincare market. So first of all the numbers that I'm going to report are provided by Euromonitor International, and they are the world's leading provider for global business intelligence and strategic market research, or strategic market analysis. It's a completely unbiased source. So, and they are across multiple industries. So not only do they report on skincare, they report on many, many other industries as well. So this information is from a reliable source. So I wanted to throw that out there first of all for any of those skeptical people. The total skincare channel, basically around the world globally, represents, this market is about $111 billion. So it's huge. North America, of that pie, North America holds 15.3 billion, so that's about 14%. Well, currently, right now, RNF is only sitting in 2 countries, so we're only sitting in US and Canada, and we're just on our way to go to Australia. But we basically are slated to add, the plan is to add another country every single year. And the doctors have already done this. Proactive is in 180 countries. The thing about Proactive is it's a household name. Everybody from about 10 years old till about 80 years old has heard of Proactive at one point or another. And we have no reason to think that RNF or Rodan Fields will not be exactly the same as Proactive. They've already done it. They're proven. These doctors are proven. They know their stuff. And so for me, that was really intriguing, because if you had the opportunity to pair with these doctors and get on board with Proactive 25 years ago or 20 years ago, wouldn't you? You know, it makes sense. Wouldn't you do that if you had an opportunity to pair up with doctors who are already proven business people and have, you know, a lot of industry knowledge, and they're planning on going around and taking this global? This is just the base level of this. Right? So it makes sense. With that too, I wanted to talk about, there's 2 different categories within skincare, the skincare industry. You either have premium or you have mass. And premium is going to be anything that's sold in high-end retail, and mass is going to be anything that's sold in other channels like Target or Walgreens or Rite Aid. They're typically like the lower price point. So what I wanted to point out about that, first of all, is that the premium skincare market is actually growing. It grew by 7% in 2015. And what that means is we're basically taking from mass. So, and the reason why that's happening is there's a couple drivers. We have skincare awareness. So the younger generations care more about preventative skincare than the older generations. So now millennials and Gen Xers are caring about their skin at an earlier age, and they know that the best wrinkle is the one that you never get. So they're working on that already at 25, as opposed to waiting until they're 40 to start addressing their skin issues. The other thing is that anti-aging skincare is really about addressing not just fine lines and wrinkles, but dark marks, hyperpigmentation, melasma, sensitivity, acne, cystic acne, and all those other things, where basically that's what these doctors have done, is they're trying to address 95% of the issues that they see in their practice every single day and bring dermatology in home. So anti-aging as a skincare whole is blowing up because it covers so many different issues that we all are, we're all dealing with. So what I wanted to talk about specifically was some of the stats for RNF. So first of all, Rodan Fields was the #2 premium skincare in the United States. And what's crazy about that is that we're competing with some of the big dogs who have been around for many, many years. So the the company that holds the #1 spot currently is Clinique, and Clinique's been around since the 70s. We've actually unseated Lancome and Estee Lauder, which was the #3 and 4 spots. And Estee Lauder has been around since 1946. And actually an interesting fact as well was that they actually purchased Rodan Fields when they first decided to bring out their anti-aging skincare line. But then the doctor subsequently bought the company back from Estee Lauder because they weren't happy with how it was being managed. So we are competing with companies that have been around that are very, very well established and are loved by beauty editors and loved by people all over the place. And we're actually competing with them and beating them out, which is amazing. So with that, we're the #2 premium skincare in the United States. We're the #1 anti-aging skincare in the US. We're the #1 acne brand in the US. So the doctors have unseated themselves with Proactive. And another interesting tidbit about that too is they've decided to sell off all their interest with Proactive and go all in on this company. So that for me was another thing too, because their interest is not split at all. Their focus is on this brand and making sure that this brand takes off in the same way that Proactive has, and then some. It's also the #1 fastest growing skincare brand in the US for the past 5 years. So with that, our revenue in 2015 jumped 106.5% in 1 year. And I want to put that in context because those other brands, so Estee Lauder, Clinique, Lancome, they're reporting about a 4 to 6% growth each year. And in 1 year, we did 106.5% growth. That is insane. Let me just tell you how insane that is as a numbers person to see that. Like, I read it and I gasped and I was like, holy crap, I made a good decision here. The other thing too is that I would not be surprised if we did that again in 2016. I would not be surprised if we hear and find out that we're actually in the #1 spot. Those numbers for 2016 haven't been released yet, but I am anxiously on the edge of my seat waiting because it should be any day. The other thing I wanted to report about is where our revenue comes from. So a lot of other direct sales companies, most of their revenue is driven from consultants, right? It's the people who are doing the business, who love the products, who are buying the products, and that's actually where they're making their money from. This is not the case with Rodan Fields. 60 to 70% of the revenue that they generate is from repeat customers. So that's from people who have no affiliation to this business, besides the fact that they just love a consumable product. And that's another thing to point out. This is a consumable product. So this is something that people love and they use up and they're going to want to replenish. And why is that? It's because skincare itself has a really high loyalty rate. It's another driver of why, you get people on skincare and they will stay on the same skincare for 20 years because they think, they don't want to switch, even though 95% of people say that they're not happy with their current skin regimen anyway. So what's great about Rodan Fields is we actually have an 83% loyalty rate. So that means 83% of our customers who have tried our products come back and use it and will not go away from it, which for me was also, that's a really high loyalty rate, and skincare has a really high loyalty rate anyway. So the fact that we're doing so well with our customers is another example of how this company is doing great things. These products are doing great things. The other thing I wanted to point out too is that not only do 83% of our customers love the products, but 92% are satisfied with the consultants. So that to me means that we know what we're talking about. We're given plenty of resources. This company prepares us and helps get us ready to talk about these products and share with people. And so what's great about that is that 92% of the people out there love the consultant. They love the customer service that they're getting. We're basically brand ambassadors who walk around and talk about this product, and we're your personal skincare person, if you will. And the other stat that I love too is that 95% of our customers would refer us to somebody else, would refer these products to their friends and family. And again, to me, that just goes to show you how, how powerful this brand is, how powerful these products are, and why this is just doing nothing but it's skyrocketing, and why this is a rocket ship that you need to get on, obviously. I want to talk about why a couple of the things that we've also been awarded, which are phenomenal. So first of all, Harvard Business School studied Rodan Fields, actually did Rodan Fields as a case study, because really this is a new way to do business. We really are kind of an Amazon of skincare, if you will. You know, we don't hold inventory. We don't have parties. Everything we do is digital. So we literally do no logistics and or distribution with products at all. It all is handled for us. We don't handle any money. We don't handle any shipping. So this really is kind of the way of the future. This isn't your mom's, multi-level marketing. This isn't your mom's Mary Kay or Avon. This is truly something of the future where you share about these products and everything's handled for you online, wherever you have a signal. So you can do this business wherever you are. So what Harvard Business School said about this opportunity was that it was a once in a lifetime opportunity, that they've not seen anything like it, that basically the amount of potential that this business and these products afford people with the low amount of consultants that are out there. So I know some people are like, oh, everyone's selling Rodan Fields. No, they're not. We have such a small amount of consultants per capita in this country. And the other thing too is that right now we are only saturated 3% of the total skincare market. So that is 97% that is still out there and game. So, and the other brilliant thing too is that regardless of if we're just in North America or US and Canada, which still is grossly undersaturated, but we're going global. So this literally is the base level of this. The other thing I wanted to tell you that I touched on earlier is that the doctors have been named two of the top female entrepreneurs of the decade. So they're on the same list as like Beyonce and Oprah and all these amazing women politicians too, who are super smart. And these two women really are insane and incredible powerhouses and such great examples of women business leaders as well. And something that, as a businesswoman, I aspire to, because there's not very many women-owned companies out there that really put their money where their mouth is and empower and support women. So for me, that's also been a really big point and a point for me with this business. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was how we were awarded the Black Swan. So again, this was awarded to us by Euromonitor, and the Black Swan basically means it doesn't get awarded very often, but what it means is it basically means Rodan Fields is a complete market disruptor. So other companies that have been awarded this are Amazon and Google and Apple. So basically, Euromonitor has said, we have never seen anything like this. We can't even really give you trend analysis or tell you what's going to happen with this because we've never seen it. So literally, when I talk about the numbers and look at this stuff, I get so excited because I know that this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. So if you're a numbers person, I hope that you're like equally on the edge of your seat like I am. And if you're not, I hope you're not asleep. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to the next person.